You're watching Newsday TV. Thanks for joining us this Tuesday evening. I'm Ken Bufa. A Central Islip mother was shot to death in her own home, and tonight, police are searching for her killer. Cecilia Dowd spoke with the victim's devastated family.
My sister was the best person ever. She was perfect. She's beautiful.
Shayna Staten's family says she was someone who helped people, a mom who did everything she could for her 18-year-old daughter.
The family members have not heard from our victim for about 20 hours, so they went by to do a wellness check, see if everything was okay, because they couldn't get in contact, and that's when they discovered the body at that location.
Police say Staten had been shot multiple times. The 39-year-old was discovered at her Central Islip home between the bed and the wall on Monday night. No arrest has been made.
She was very strong, very intelligent, very independent, a single mother, which she put her daughter, gave her the best.
Staten's dad says she was killed just days before her daughter's prom and high school graduation.
My sister Shayna, she's sweet, she's caring, she's the protector of us all. She would be there no matter what. You call her, she's there in a heartbeat.
She was the sweetest girl. And when she first came into my life, she was just awesome, and as she got older, she just did so much.
Police urge anyone with information to call Crime Stoppers at 1-800-220-TIPS. Reporting from Central Islip, Cecilia Dowd for Newsday TV.
And the names of those who helped set bond for Congressman George Santos will be revealed on Thursday. A federal judge made the ruling today after media outlets, including Newsday, argued those names are in public records. The congressman's attorney said Santos's family helped free him on bond and argued if their names were released, they might face harassment. And there's a race against time to find 5 people missing in an underwater vessel near the wreckage of the Titanic.
This is a very complex search, and the unified team is working around the clock to bring all available assets and expertise to bear as quickly as possible in an effort to solve this very complex problem.
Rescuers believe the sub's oxygen supply could run out by Thursday morning. West Hampton-based 106 Rescue Wing has joined the search efforts. And battling back against fentanyl.
No one deserves to die because of a drug they may not even know that they are taking. And every life that is lost is a human tragedy. We need to do everything in our power to prevent these needless deaths and get fentanyl off our streets.
The FEND Act targets opioid traffickers using sanctions on the illicit drug trade and aims to combat money laundering that makes trafficking fentanyl possible. The bill also looks to declare the international trafficking of fentanyl a national emergency. And first in Newsday, a nearly $3.3 billion offshore wind project is aiming to relieve a power bottleneck between the island and the rest of the state. Now, the plan calls for the installation of a series of new underground high-voltage lines. They would run from Melville and points in western Nassau before going under the Sound to the Bronx and Westchester. The project is expected to take several years of planning, permitting, and meetings before construction begins in 2026. The cables are expected to go into service by 2030. And there's budget revotes in 2 Long Island school districts today. Now, as Newsday has reported, West Hempstead and Waynescott had their proposed spending plan shot down last month. West Hempstead made no changes to its proposed $74.1 million budget. Waynescott slightly reduced its proposal by $17 grand. We'll have the results on Newsday.com after the polls close and the votes have been counted. And the Rangers are welcoming their new head coach.
We have a really good team and really good players. And my staff and I will work tirelessly, pushing towards a common goal of bringing the Stanley Cup to New York.
Head coach Peter Laviolette comes from the Washington Capitals and has 21 years under his belt in the NHL. The new coach has led 3 teams to the Stanley Cup Finals. He is the 37th coach in the Rangers franchise history. Now, let's take a look at your Long Island weather, shall we? You can see tonight we're in the high 50s with mostly cloudy skies, but tomorrow looks like we're still in the clouds with highs around the 70s. So take a closer look at tomorrow. You can see it's upper 60s, but clouds all day.
Watch Newsday TV on the big screen. Use the remote to activate Siri, Alexa, Roku, or the Google Assistant on your streaming device. Say, install Newsday. Newsday TV, covering Long Island like no one else can.
Newsday's celebration of Pride Month continues. Sue Wicks was the first openly gay WNBA player. And as photojournalist Randy Dodonna shows us, her story is an inspiration to many.
Certainly, there were so many societal pressures, family pressures, everything around me telling me not to be myself. That's where we were at that moment in time. 2002, I'm doing an in-depth interview for New York Time Out magazine, and at the end he calls me up. He goes, "Oh, my editor's really pressuring me. I have to ask you this question. Are you gay?" And I was like, yes. And I have to tell you, part of me felt it was like an exciting moment, like a liberating moment. I know that we lived in a repressed culture as women athletes, that you're trying to be accepted, that you just want to play sports. Now throw in the other lesbian part that society didn't really like. They didn't really like girls playing sports, the aggressiveness of it. And that, oddly enough, is where we were at in sports and in a professional league. It did eventually change, and I think in a very beautiful way, an organic way. I did not expect all of the letters from people, how it helped them. I'm gonna cry, because I certainly got letters from people that lost a sibling or lost somebody because they were gay. What has changed? Does the atmosphere here sometimes in America feel a little dangerous? What's changed is society, the culture has changed. It's inside of our culture now. It's in conversations you have with your neighbors and your friends, and they treat you as a human that has emotions and feelings. If I had any advice to give, it probably transcends sexuality, transcends politics, it transcends all those things. There's a humanness in all of us. And the first place you have to be human is with yourself.
Now for more on Sue and her story, go to Newsday.com, click Get More below the Newsday TV video box. A Long Island home inspired by Disney World's Main Street is now on the market. Ariel Dollinger takes us to the North Fork for a tour.
It was 2004. The Duftons had 3 kids and 2 on the way. Sitting on the floor with their children, they built models out of Legos. And what stands behind me is the house that came of that. Let's go inside for a tour. Tell me about the plans that you made for this house.
So I wanted, with 5 kids, I wanted a house where the kitchen was in the center and everything spoked off. We built the big center island, and I can hear kids playing the piano in the front room. If kids are in here watching TV, then we've got the video room and the playroom. Everybody was together even though we're spread out.
Can you tell me about this kitchen?
So I do like to cook, and we like sweets. We have the kids always, everybody sits around here, and you can serve from the middle. It's a big kitchen, that's true. We tried to make it feel like a magical kitchen.
Does it?
It does, I think it does.
What has it been like to raise 5 kids here? They're all in college?
No, my oldest is out. It's been awesome. We tried to make it a house that was fun.
So what's next? What haven't we seen?
Now we go upstairs.
Okay. So what room are we in now?
This is Michael's room. We tried to have fun things everywhere. It was supposed to be like you were on vacation at a resort.
So this is Ben's room?
Yeah. This is our recording studio. They're active with shows.
Tell me about this porch.
Oh, the porch. This is where I spend a lot of my time out here. Just like Deb was saying, watching all the wildlife. I'm a big fisherman. This is where we spend a lot of time out here, cookouts. A lot of clams, steaming lobsters, all that kind of good stuff happens out here. So it's a lot of fun.
For Newsday TV, I'm Ariel Dollinger.
Certainly an interesting house. Now, for more on the Disney house, go to Newsday.com, click Get More below the Newsday TV video box.
Get more of the stories you've seen on Newsday TV at Newsday.com. Plus breaking news, investigations, things to do, restaurants, and other Long Island news you can't get anywhere else. At Newsday.com, covering Long Island like no one else can.
You're watching Newsday TV. I'm Ken Buffa. Thank you so much for joining us. We'll leave you now with a look at your 7-day forecast.